Hello everyone. I'm not going to speak to you from this vantage point, but I'm going to set my phone down and be just comfortably hands-free. So today I have so many incredible tricks up my sleeve that I'm going to share with you that this is just going to be absolutely mind-blowing for most of you, if not all, I'm sure. So recently I struck up a conversation with someone that is just this incredible young woman. I mean, she's not super young, but she's young enough to be my daughter. She's 30 something years old, and she's just amazingly bright, and we have this amazing meeting of the minds, energetically speaking. So like, she's sharp as fuck and I am sharp as fuck, but it's not that we are like trying to, it's just where we are in our consciousness. And it's just the most fun because we struck up this conversation in the most organic way, obviously, and we've been sharing so much about where we are, where we've been, and 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 the most amazing things that we've been sharing a lot of the ongoing stuff, like as of the moment. So we are basically constantly messaging each other about these amazing findings, and this for me is an absolute dream come true. I've had other people with whom I had this amazing synchronicity, this magical synchronicity, but this is the one person that I'm having that now. So it's just a case for celebration, because for me it was like something that I was desiring so much, and amazing enough I tried it in a different way, of course in a very grabby energy, and that didn't go anywhere. And then, like, out of the blue, like, this person comes into my life, and there's just this elevated experience that was totally unimaginable and impossible to ever be planned. And this is what brings me to the first topic of what I'm wanting to share with you today, which is the something that she mentioned just en passant in one of her videos. She now has a YouTube channel, and I just watched just one video, like her most recent one, and she was talking about, like, I don't even remember what she was talking about, and then she said something that I took notice that was just incredible, and I took that thing and I left her a message, because we are constantly messaging each other about all kinds of things, as I said, and I said to her, look, this is like the most amazing thing, because this is everything. It's the magical math equation. She mentioned that the creations in the magical way are like a magical math equation, and she's like, she breezed past through that as if she was talking about, it's a great sunny day here today. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so brilliant to pass on this idea, because it's so spot on, it's so accurate, because magical experience and magical results are actually a math equation. Not math like, obviously it's not math, but it's as predictable as math. It's as subtractable or additive or multiplied as math, just depending on how your energy is. Like if your energy sucks, it's a subtraction. If your energy is on point, it's an addition or a multiplication. So it's definitely something that you can very hands-on create. It's definitely predictable, but in a way that is magical, meaning that if your energy is as clean as it can possibly be, you are certain, like math is certain, that your experience will be elevated and magical with ensue, but you just don't know what. You don't know what is the outcome, because otherwise it wouldn't be fucking magic. But it's absolutely predictable, and it comes from as much of a structured thing as math is, and something that you can count on, and something that is certain. It's fucking certain. There's no way around it. You cannot escape it. And that's when you create magic in your life. So I told her, look, you have to do something with it. Just run with it. You have to explore it. And obviously that me telling her this sparked magic in her field. She just loved it, and I think she did run away with it and created a video with it. I haven't seen it, but that's just how life goes. It's just all of these unexpected things that come when you don't expect. So one thing that I wanted to do today was to talk about this magical math equation that gives you magical results. But also I wanted to talk about the difference between that, which is the very, 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 very best, and the only thing that I'm here for is that level of living and existing. I want to exist in constant magic. So I do point all of my efforts towards the math of this equation. I don't want any other equation, but there are other equations out there. So the most abundant equation is the, how am I going to call it? The enforcing equation of hard work and hustle. Okay, the enforcing equation of hard work and hustle is what the world most knows. And that gives you what? That gives you results. That gives you results. But that's not magic. Okay? So only the magical math equation gives you magic. The efforting and the enforcing, I don't even know how I call it, but it's efforting. The efforting and the enforcing equation of hard work, or even work, okay? Any kind of work is efforting. Is something that you are doing in order to get an outcome. Is efforting. It's hard work, and that gives you results. No magic, gives you results. So you can have a lot of great results, but no magic. You can have a lot of results, and you can have the so-called success, and that's why a lot of people are here. Even the best the most well-known gurus of success and all that, they operate at this level. They have to make a huge effort and work fucking hard, like massively, big, massive energy put in order to have big, massive results out. So it's like the same amount of energy that you put in equals the results that you have. And that's why then you start talking about the deserving of the results, like you deserve, like you work so hard that you deserve. So this is like the world, what the world knows. It's exhausting, and it's not even for everybody, because not everybody is willing to do all this hard work. So people go without all of the many results because they are not willing to do the work. And in a way, these people that are not willing to do work, they long for the first equation, because they know that there's no need, which is the absolute truth, there's no need for fucking hard work and efforting and enforcement in order to create the beyond imaginable results, which is magical experiences. Magic is basically an experience. Okay? And there's no attachment to the results. So that equation up here, the best life, has no end in sight. There's no grabby energy. There's no striving towards anything, because there's nothing in sight. You don't know what you're going to get, because that's the essence of magic. So, and then there's a second category of this grabby equation where a lot of people in the world are, but most of them are in this second category that I said. So there's another category of these striving, looking for results type equation. And it's the equation of visualization and control. It's the controlling equation for results as well. That is the law of attraction. The law of attraction, like a lot of people visualize or write down what they want. It's learned in coaching and special guru type, like the secret, the CD, the movie, The Secret, and the book, The Secret. So The Secret is how to create results in a way that are magnificent. So they created this law of attraction for you to practice on, but you have to work on it. You have to actually put energy in that controlling way, because you are wanting that which you have placed on your visualization board. The palace, the car, the money, the blonde chick, the perfect looking Alain Delon guy, the man, the bling. Right? So you put up all of these things. Oh, the body, of course, you want to have this Miss America body or Miss Aerobics body. So you put up all of these things as if you were doing a mood board for your home. You have all the patterns, all the colors, all of the textures, and you have this mood board, and you just then work towards it. Okay, so this is like an offshoot. It's an offshoot. It's a less it's less, how do I call it? It requires less energy, basically, less work, less effort, less enforcement, but it's still controlling, it's still manipulating, and it gives you still no magic. Okay, if you go about this route, you get results, maybe magnificent results, but because you have to work really hard and really disciplined in a very structured way, in a very methodical way, in order to get that. Okay? And what happens is, okay, in both controlling, efforting situations, okay, obviously that there's always particles, because it's part of your nature, everybody's nature. There are particles of truth, of clean magic, okay? So the first equation, which is something that you create through awareness, not through work, but through awareness, it's an energetic game that you control through awareness, which is not controlling. It's different. It's not something that you strive for. It's something that organically you notice and you clean up, and you just say no to a bunch of shit that you recognize that is a no, and you recognize that is not what you want in that equation, you see. So the cleaner, the more attuned the equation, the more magic you are going to get, which you don't know what it is, once again. So you can't control what that is. You don't aim for anything. There's no aim, there's no goals, there's no objectives. So there's no coaching here, there's no striving, there's no visualization, there's no plan, there's nothing of that nature. Because as soon as you do that, you are diluting the equation for the magic. So magic has none of what the other things have, what is the normal everyday things for people to do. So, but even in the normal way of operating, and even in the law of attraction way of operating, there are always particles of truth and cleanliness and magic happening in people's lives. Okay? So, but you want to notice the difference between what is happening from a place of magic and what is not happening, because there's an absence of the truth that is required for magic to be there, the cleanliness, energetic cleanliness that is required for magic to be there. So if you don't have a lot of magic in your life, that's because you're operating at this normal level. But even if you have magic in your life and you worked really hard for things to come about, the reason why you got magic, it was not because you worked really hard for those things. And that's what messes people up, and people keep then trying real hard and working harder because they are convinced erroneously that that's what got them the best beyond imaginable goodies. So it's amazing that you can distinguish between what's going on so that you can create more of what you truly want, which is to not know what is going to happen. That's what you truly want, is to not know how things are going to pan out and what's going to come into your field and what's going to happen. You do not want to know. And the minute that I said that, of course, that something in me wanted to challenge this affirmation, this true reality. And what I got was, okay, so Madalena, imagine that you are in an operation, and you are being submitted to an operation, of course, because I'm not a surgeon, and you want to place a lithium piece in your leg or something, like this high tech, really advanced, and you want things to go exactly as planned. Okay? So in this case, that is not what I just said, that you don't want to know how it's going to pan out. You really truly want to go exactly as it was planned out. But even here, okay, even here, things could go even better than what it was planned out. You see? Because the idea of the medical team to want to control and plan and rehearse the fuck out of the thing is just to ensure that things go the best way possible. But the best way possible is always an unknown. So you can strive for perfection so that the person that they are operating on is going to have the best results possible. But I mean, even my mom, she was submitted to a lot of things, and she always defeated the best medical procedures and plans and estimations. She always created miracles. So I know for a fact what I'm talking about. Okay, not only from myself, but from people close to me. So I stand totally behind what I said. The magic is always an unknown. And that's what you truly want. Those best beyond best, wonderful surprises that you could have never dreamed them up. Never. You could have never thought about them. And it could be the smallest things or the biggest things. So I wanted to give you these three equations so that you know that they exist. Because the very fact that we know how things can operate in the backstage of our consciousness, meaning the backstage of creation and what your life experience is 24/7, is just an amazing find. You know, even if you get nothing else other than this is already life-changing. I had no idea for the longest time, up until I was 49 or 50, I had no idea what this world was in the back office of my reality. Because nothing out there that people talk about, the law of attraction and manifestation and the mindset and the positive thinking and the positive psychology and all of the visualization, that's nothing compared to what I'm talking to you about. That's totally front office stuff. Oh my gosh. The true magic is in the back office. And it's the most amazing equation. And I'm so excited that I ran into this gem by this friend of mine, because that made so much sense for me. Of course, otherwise I wouldn't have noticed. And it was just a perfect way to articulate stuff, and which is why I haven't even done any videos in so long, because I'm just riding my waves in my life. I haven't been in the very least interested in teaching, quote unquote, in sharing stuff with people out there in the interwebs or Facebook, because it just turned me, I was turned off by that. But this is a huge turn on. So here I am sharing about these equations that make all the difference. Yeah, so that's it. Bye-bye, you guys.